Hello everybody, this is Maya Zahira with Psychic Protection Sanctuary, and we are now live in our Spiritual Empowerment Community Facebook group. It's one of my free Facebook groups that's intended for community support and connection for spiritual seekers. And now that we're on here and live, go ahead and say hello. Let us know where you are joining from. And just a quick shout out to all of the people watching the replay. I love you, and I'm so glad that we're connecting, even if it's not live. For the people watching the replay on Facebook, and also the people watching the uploaded replay on YouTube. And if you, for those of you who are my Facebook peeps, if you haven't already gone on to YouTube and liked my YouTube channel, you need to do that because I'm really active on there. And so I want to make sure that you don't miss any new videos, because I do different videos on different platforms and all of them get uploaded onto YouTube. So go to youtube.com and type into the search bar Psychic Protection Sanctuary, and you will find me. Click the subscribe button and then click on the bell so that you get a little notification when I upload a new video. So as usual, go ahead and say hello and let us know where you're joining from. We do have slightly different people each class. I might know you, but everyone else might not know you. So it's kind of fun to see where everybody is from. And I'm super excited. I am slowly getting my voice back. I think it's just really funny that this happened the week that I was doing the 7-day Facebook challenge. I mean, it's funny, but it's not surprising, and I'll explain why once we get going. So let's see, we've got a lot of people here already. That's awesome. I notice we have a lot of people when we do a Facebook challenge that's several days long, because y'all get used to like certain time of the day. Make sure you get onto Facebook. So I love that. We tend to have more people than when I just do a standalone Facebook Live. So Barbara says hi from Easton, Kansas. Nick says hey there from Northern Colorado. Anne says hi from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. You sound so much better. Yay. Yeah, I can feel a little bit of it kind of hanging on, so I might cough or clear my throat. In fact, let me get a little lozenge before we go on. But I've been doing huge amounts of self-care, and Corey's here too. Hi, Corey. Good to see you. So I like to mix things up each day. We are doing the same similar format today as we've done the other days. We're moving up the chakras. So yesterday we did the heart chakra aspects, and now today we're moving up to the throat chakra aspects, different aspects of the throat chakra. So we're going to talk about that in just a minute, but before we do, let's go into our free gifts. So like I was saying, I like to mix things up a little bit, so it's not exactly the same every single day. And so the gifts, here's the freebies. Oh, and Jeff says, hey Spirit Gal, Jeff from Shawnee, Kansas. Hey Jeff, good to see you. Glad to have you here. Corey says, good to see you, feeling better. Yep, a little bit each day. Jeannie says, hi Maya from Piper, Kansas. Yeah, and I am really excited to tell you guys I've had some really big epiphanies, and you know, I've had some really big epiphanies, and it is related to the throat stuff. So I want to share a little bit of that with you guys today, but let's get into our freebies. So the first thing is that posted in the Facebook group. I haven't posted it yet. I'm going to post it as soon as I'm done with this live video. There's going to be a free guided meditation that is taken directly from my paid program, Spiritual Empowerment Academy. And in that program, one of the many things that we do is that we have long distance energy balancing sessions that are a little bit different than this, because this is kind of like a combination of a few things that we do in that program. Like every month we have a Facebook Live in there, and every month we have a live online video class on a platform called Zoom, where we're learning stuff together. Like we have a lesson that we're learning, and then we also have some kind of healing / energy support. And one of those aspects of energy support is a long distance energy balancing session. So rather than it being video, it's actually an audio recording. And so the nice thing about it just being audio is that you can just press play and you can be like listening to it in bed, falling asleep. You don't have to watch anything. You can listen to it while you're working out or, meditating or whatever. These guided meditations that the students tell me. Now, I could tell you what I think, but I think it's more potent when you hear what other people think. The students over the years have told me that these guided meditations that are usually about an hour long, they are super powerful and they love them and they listen to them over and over and over again. So I refer to it as a guided meditation, but it's really it's a long distance energy balancing session, and it's a guided meditation. It's both. So when you listen to it, you receive an energy balancing, an energy healing session, and you get to go into a really cool deep meditation as well. So that is one of your freebies. I'm going to be posting that in the group, and I'm going to pick one of the recent ones from our paid program. That's usually, those sessions are usually for members only, but I'm going to choose a recent one and go ahead and give everybody in this free group access to it so that you can listen and benefit from it. So watch for that. And then also, if you're watching the replay on YouTube, I will be sure to post the direct link to this freebie in the description, I think it's right below the video. So check for it there. I'll be sure to post the link there or in the comments somewhere. So I'll definitely include it. So this is a freebie for everybody. And I did promise that there would be some days that there would be a freebie for everybody. For those of you who are not able to join us live at all because of your schedule, or maybe you just didn't hear about it until after the fact, I want to make sure you get some fun stuff too. So that's one of the freebies. And then there's a couple more freebies. So let me go over those and then we'll go into our lesson for today. And hey, I see there's some more people who've joined live. Go ahead and say hi and where you're joining from. That's just a really great way to get connected. So let's see. So the second freebie is that I'm going to pick 2 people in today's homework thread to receive a quick, I'm going to do yes and no questions again, like I did the other day. So you'll receive a quick yes or no psychic reading. So you'll ask me a question about, like, is such and such in my highest and best benefit? And I will tell you yes or no, and the impression that I get on it. And some psychic readers do not do yes or no questions. They hate them. They can't do them. They don't like them at all. They'll even say, don't ask me those kind of questions. I love those kinds of questions. I'm a master at them, if I don't mind saying so myself. I'm very good at them, and I can get a really, really clear impression with that kind of direct question. So I'm excited to offer two more people that. And if you have been participating so far and you haven't won anything yet, I want to give those people first dibs. I've been kind of tracking who's been winning, and I'm trying to see if there's anyone who hasn't yet, because I want to give you a higher chance of winning. So on the homework threads, but you do have to participate in the homework thread in order to win. So go ahead, when I post the homework, respond on the homework thread. Let me know that you haven't won anything yet, nothing at all. And then you'll actually get bumped to the top of the choices of who might win out of the two people. So that's a free yes or no reading online. And then there's something special that I'm offering today that I was guided to offer. But before I go into that, I want to say hi to Constance from Grandview, Missouri, and Carol from Parkville, Missouri. For those of you who, and Corey from Barrington, Kansas. For those of you who are new to me, I live out on the Kansas prairie, and I'm outside the Kansas City area. The Kansas City area is right on the Kansas and Missouri state line, so we have a lot of Kansas and Missouri people on here, but we have a lot of other people on here too. There's people from all different states and also some different countries in our Facebook group, so hello to everybody. Okay, so the other freebie that I was guided to do right before I knew I was going to have a little cough. Give me a second. I'm still getting my voice back. So right before I came on today, I was guided to go ahead and offer something really special. And it's a 15-minute video session with me where both of us are on video. And it's really easy to do. All it is that I send you a link, and you click on the link, and you can join from your computer or your smartphone or your tablet. And so it's called Zoom. It's a Zoom video. And I'm offering a free 15-minute session with me where we can do intuitive coaching, talk about what's going on in your life, or just connect and say hello. We can do a psychic reading, whatever, in those 15 minutes. And I do 15-minute sessions with the students in my paid program, the Spiritual Empowerment Academy. And that has been this like really great magical amount of time, because it allows us to like really zoom in, and just be like, okay, focus on this. And we tackle a problem or an issue or a question, and we do it. I like being really efficient. So we do the thing, and that's it. So I tend to not go into a lot of like flowery language that takes like hours and hours. We do our thing and we do it, and it takes us about 15 minutes. So this 15-minute Zoom session is being offered to every single person who applies for the 12-month Spiritual Empowerment Academy. Okay? So the 15-minute session is, it's not me trying to tell you about the program or anything like that. It's literally 15 minutes of intuitive coaching, just like a paid session, okay? And then after that, if you have questions, like after your special time, if you have questions about the program, I'll make sure there's some cushion for that. But I want you to know that 15-minute time is literally intuitive coaching or a psychic reading or whatever support that you need. That 15 minutes of juiciness is like all for you. So anybody who applies for that program will get a session, okay? And let me tell you where to go to apply for it. Go to my website, psychicprotectionsanctuary.com, psychicprotectionsanctuary.com, and at the top of the menu bar, events and classes, under that is the Spiritual Empowerment Academy. Click on that. And I'll be sure to include the direct link if you're watching this on YouTube. But click on that and you'll be able to see all the information about the program. There's also on there, you can click and fill out the application. This is a very generous offer. I'm just saying, because my one-on-one time is really valuable to me. I don't promote a lot of one-on-one sessions. Most of my focus is on working with my program, with my students. So I'm just encouraging you that you be honorable about it, that if you really are not interested in the program, then don't apply. But on the contrary, if you feel guided, if you feel a nudge that you might be, I encourage you to listen to that inner guidance. Applying doesn't mean that you're locked into anything. It just means that you're following an inner nudge to see where it leads. And those of you who've known me for a while know that I am super low pressure. Basically, that 15 minutes of time is for you, and then is for your psychic reading, your intuitive coaching session. And then after that, if you have any questions, then we can spend some time gaining clarity on whether the program is right for you. And it's important to me that we gain clarity and an empowered clarity, an empowered answer on that either way. Empowered yes or empowered no. But either way, I feel really happy about sharing that session with you, just to help you with whatever's going on with your life. So this is the first time that I've offered that, and I'm excited to do so. And this applies to everybody in the, so everybody watching the replay as well. Obviously, if you are already in the program, you won't be able to get this particular prize, but you'll be able to get you'll be able to take part in the homework thread prize if you choose to do the homework. So, and Anne is in the program and she's saying, and it's amazing. Yes. So enough about the free gifts, but if you have any questions about any of that, if any of that didn't make sense, just let me know. Are you all ready to dive into today's lesson? Okay. Excuse me. Throat chakra stuff. Oh, so speaking of throat chakra, I wanted to share with all of you that I've had some major big breakthroughs this week. Now, in yesterday's Facebook Live, I think I talked about how as a teacher, as a spiritual teacher and facilitator, that I've noticed a pattern in my own teaching that when I'm guiding a process or teaching a workshop, if there's anything unresolved within me that needs healing, then I will usually receive a big healing with whatever that is. Oftentimes it'll happen before the process, like before this 7-day challenge, I would have like a week where I'd be working through a bunch of stuff. This time it's happening like real time, like during. So I was talking about that yesterday. I just want to say thank you for being a part of this process. Thank you, just thank you. And also thank you for being a part of this group energy, because you've helped me too. I wanted to share with you all that the last 3 days since I've had all this throat stuff happening, I've gotten, and the throat stuff is a result of this like energy detox that's happening as a result of doing this 7-day energy tune-up. I've gotten some big clarity and epiphanies about some physical and spiritual healing that has to do with me and my ancestral line. I'm clairvoyant and clairaudient and clairsentient. I can see and hear and feel energy. And I actually received some really powerful information. Was it yesterday? Yesterday, early morning, about because I've had chronic illness my entire adult life. So for the past 25 years, I've been on a healing journey, and I had like a humongous epiphany. I saw a vision of something, and was told the names of some things spiritually going on. So now I have some like direct information about ways that I can approach my healing process. It's a little bit like the story kind of goes into detail, so I'm not going to share that with you all today. Sorry to dangle that. It is something that I'm going to talk about in my Facebook Live for my paid students in the 12-month Spiritual Empowerment Academy. Every month we have a Facebook Live, and oftentimes I'll share breakthroughs and epiphanies that I'm having in my healing journey. Body, mind, spirit, personal transformation, etc., because it helps inspire other people as well. But just suffice it to say that there's been some profound information that has come through for me, and I want to thank you all for being part of the group energy, because I think that helped. I think that group energy just really catapults things. Okay, so and also for me, I've always been like really gung-ho about personal transformation. So some of you will experience like mega, very noticeable shifts, and maybe even some upheavals as things are shifting as a part of this journey. And many others of you will experience very subtle shifts, because that's the way your system prefers to do it. I always laugh because I'm like, yeah, my spirit is like, yeah, give it to me. I give permission. Let's just like, I'm like a tear off the bandage kind of person. And that's why it happens for me that way, because that's what I give permission for. But just know that whatever transformation processes you may go through here or in the future, you have you have sovereignty over that. You can ask that it be experienced with total ease and grace, and happen in a very subtle way, or you can be like, all right, let's do this, let's do it in a really intense way. Just know that there can be discomfort if you do it in the intense way, which is what I was experiencing this week. So that's a little bit about how that works. So thank you for being a part of this journey. Let's dive into the throat. Hopefully you have your pen and paper ready, and you're ready to brainstorm. So the throat chakra, many of you probably already know, has to do with communication and self-expression. So where do you feel blocked? We're brainstorming right now, writing down in your journal or your notebook, and then also get ready to share, remembering that there's about a minute of lag time. So if you can share as quickly as you can, that's helpful, so we're not waiting for answers. Where do you feel blocked or out of balance, and how? So do you tend to over talk, or like just talk, like not saying anything of substance, but you just like if you get nervous, do you just start talking and rambling and talking and you're not really saying anything? Do you tend to overshare, where you're like, oh my God, I really should not have shared that, oops? Or do you not share enough? Do you tend to clam up? Are you ever afraid to speak your truth? Like maybe you're afraid that it will upset people, or you were just trained when you were a kid that it's not safe to speak your mind, or maybe you were taught that it's not polite to ask for what you really need, or it's not polite to ask for what you really want. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Perhaps, I think I already said this, but perhaps you don't say what you really mean. Maybe it's not that you were taught that, it's that you just, maybe your communication is a little bit distorted, where you just don't even know, maybe you don't even know what you really want, so you can't really communicate what you really want. Also, this throat chakra has to do with how you are expressing yourself in your life in general. So it's not just speaking words, but it's like, how do you express yourself? Like, you might express yourself through like the particular look that you have, like how you do your hair, or wear makeup or not wear makeup, or like what kind of clothing you choose to express yourself. And that could be all about fashion, or maybe not. I'm not really into fashion, but it could be fashion stuff, or it could just be like self-expression, right? How I express myself is as like a really natural excuse me, and like a natural granola girl. So I don't wear makeup very, very rarely, and I don't normally like have my hair fixed and nails done or anything like that. It's usually au naturel for me. That's part of my self-expression, and it's on target because that's who I am inside. Now, if I were doing that, but it's not really who I am inside, then there would be a distortion in the throat chakra, or vice versa. Maybe, what a person really, maybe a person wears a lot of makeup because that's what they feel they're supposed to do at their job, or that's how they were raised, but they don't like wearing makeup. And so they're off in how they're self-expressing, okay? Or the other way around. Maybe they're not wearing makeup, but they really do want to be expressing in that way, and they're just not, because of whatever reason. It's not just about makeup, but it's about like how you're presenting yourself to the world, and not just about looks, but even about body language, and just how you're putting yourself out there. Even if you have like non-physical things, like how you set up your Facebook. If you have a website, what your website looks like. Is that expressing who you really are? Or is it like an image? Sometimes, as a clairsentient and a clairvoyant and clairaudient, sometimes when I am interacting with people, not very often, I don't tend to attract too many of this type of person into my life anymore, but every once in a while I'll encounter somebody where I can't help but notice that they're putting forth an image. It's like a facade, and that's not even who they really are. And as a clairaudient, I can hear it in their voice, how, like, their tone of voice and how they're talking. I can see it in how they have their appearance and how they're holding themselves. It's like I can see that there's like this mask, or this like I forgot the word, but it's like an illusion, and it's a glamour. It's like a glamour. That's a magical term for it. And some people are taught that they're supposed to do that in their business, and that's fine if that's what they're choosing, but it's really out of alignment. Their throat chakra isn't being, their essence isn't really being expressed for who they really are. Okay, and so to me that seems like there's a distortion and things are out of balance, and authenticity would be more on the mark instead. So let's see what we have here. We have some good answers. Also, the next question, as I get ready to read some responses, we talked about where are you blocked or feeling out of balance. Ooh, I left out a couple things. Suppressed anger or biting your tongue. Things that are left unsaid. Okay. Or sometimes when I'm doing psychic readings on people, I'll be able to see that I'll get this movie where I will see that sometimes they're biting their tongue and they're holding it in and they're holding it in and they're holding it in, and then one little small thing happens, and then all sorts of like vitriol comes out of their mouth, and they're like blah, and they just say all these horrible things, just like mean, nasty stuff, because it's been held in for so long. So I'll see that sometimes it'll be one extreme or the other that they'll bounce back and forth with. And then the next question is, what is one tangible action that you can do to help bring this back into balance? And again, with this 7-day challenge, our focus is on small little actions. We're not looking to change the world today. We're just looking at making a little small action to help begin to move things in the right direction. It's okay if you want to take a big action, but our focus is just taking one little action that you do today, like right away, that you can go do this thing, whatever it is. Okay, so let's so think about that answer and start typing your answers to that. And I'm gonna go ahead and read what people have shared about where you might feel blocked or out of balance. Corey says, I am blocked in the way of not always being comfortable sharing my truth and speaking up about things I don't agree with, but I'm getting better with it. Corey, I'm going to say ditto for myself, except I have worked through a lot of it at this point. But if this was like 5 years ago, I was still really blocked. And even like a few months ago, I realized that there were certain times when I was choosing to not speak up, when there was something that I would observe in my community that was clearly not good. And because I was trying to not be like overbearing, I would just not say anything. And so I realized, ooh, when I don't say anything, I'm complicit. So Corey and I had coffee last week. Hope you don't mind me saying. I think we have some definite similarities in some of our path, some of the things that we're learning. That's why people are drawn together, because we're learning and growing in similar ways. So I could definitely relate to that. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to what Corey has said as well. Jeff says, being better, not bitter. Being better, not bitter in confrontations. Yeah, taking the high road, definitely. Corey says, same here, no cosmetics, no coloring my hair, because I want to be natural. However, I do like colorful leggings. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so we all have like some certain ways that we self-express. And I'm definitely not bashing makeup. I see that there are a lot of people who, both women and some men too, and people of all orientations, who enjoy using makeup to, one of my friends said, to gild the lily. So it's like really decorating and enhancing and like creating this wonderful self-expression. Constance says, I avoid saying hurtful things that may hurt, but not hurtfully said, even if they need to be said. Yeah, that is a tough one. I'm sure that a lot of us can relate to it. Anne says, oops, there we go. Have always been afraid to speak my truth, non-confrontational, afraid to ask for needs and wants, been rejected too often. Let me go further. Sometimes can't express what I want to say. Things come out crooked as a result of the stroke and concussions, but I don't know what I'm saying is crooked and confusing. I don't always know what I want. Yep. So there's a lot going on there. So I know for you the key is to just start small and just choose one little thing today that you can do to support some of that. and to be patient with yourself. It's a process. And Anne says, lots of things left unsaid. Definitely. Marietta says, good evening, I'm here. Hi, Marietta. Jeff says, how to remove toxic people or energies without having that energy throw me out of balance. Yeah, excuse me, that is a really important part of setting healthy boundaries. And I don't know if you had a chance to join us for the solar plexus class, but that is also, the throat chakra issues a lot of times really connect also with the solar plexus, because the solar plexus is all about being in your power. And you're also, Jeff, asking about like how to manage situations without getting thrown off balance. So there, the key is to really work with your root chakra as well, to help you to be as grounded as possible and to be really centered within your own being, and really knowing, this is something I've been practicing for a long time, really knowing and acknowledging who you are, so that anybody can be doing anything, saying anything, doing anything out here, and you are so centered within your own being that that their stuff doesn't throw you off balance. So it's about learning to be self-aware, learning to be as grounded as possible, and it's a practice. I can't say that I always succeed in that. Some days are better than others, but I do feel like with practicing these things, we gradually get better and better and better overall. So, yep. Constance, I tend to say things succinctly, which may make it difficult for others to understand the underlying thought process, but when I need to explain, there is little patience to hear. Too much to understand. I don't say anything until I have come to a conclusion, so they miss what led up to the decision, as it were. Yeah, so maybe your practice is to notice when a process is happening within you and to practice speaking up sooner, to at least let them know that you're thinking about something. So instead of waiting until the very, very end. Yeah. So it's a practice for sure. Hi, Sandy. Sandy, actually, there have been multiple times I've thought of you recently, and I just thought of you today. So I hope you're doing okay. Corey says, very much about not wanting retribution from higher ups at work. That is a real thing in my work. Okay, so that's an important aspect here. So we can be all about like speak your truth and express yourself, blah, blah, blah. But let's be real. In our society, in this world, some of us are in circumstances where we can't just self-express however the heck we want to. For example, you might work at a job where you might want to dye your hair purple or rainbow, which I think would be super cool. If I did do hair colors, I would totally be doing the multicolors and everything, by the way, but I'm doing the all-natural thing right now. But if you wanted to dye your hair fun colors, but your workplace would fire you if you did that, then like you kind of have to compromise a little bit, right? Or if it's important enough to you to be able to self-express in that way, then it might be about finding different employment. And with Corey, it sounds like she's talking about communication and maybe having to really be careful about how she navigates what she's saying, maybe walking on eggshells a little bit. I think sometimes we have to be extra diplomatic, especially, so here's an important key. You might be really evolving in how you are able to communicate and in a very integrated way, like with your heart, in a heart-centered way, communicating with a connection to your heart and all of your other chakras. but not everybody will be able to meet you at that level. And one of the hardest things is when you're working at a place or you're living somewhere where the people are not able to meet you at that level. And so it can be a really tricky place to be. It can be lonely. It can be frustrating. And so it's just a matter of just listening to your discernment. And actually tomorrow we're going to work on brow chakra. So working with your intuitive abilities, you'll be able to discern what is the best way to word things with people who maybe are not communicating from a place of groundedness and heart-centeredness. And Corey, I know you're a very intuitive person. So I think it's a matter of like really integrating all of these chakras. Since we're getting all the way up to the 5th one now they're not individual energy centers, but it's about integrating. So, connecting with your heart, connecting with your solar plexus, with your root chakra, with all of your energy centers, with your intuition, with your higher self, your crown, all of that as you are connecting with these higher ups at work. And Corey, I know you also do energy work, so even being able to send energy to those people, sending some beneficial energy toward the communication process can also help. Okay, I think I've missed some. Here we go. And there have been a few times where I have carefully spoken my truth in groups on Facebook, preceded by in my opinion. Yeah, and hang on just a second, you guys. Oh, I've disappeared. There we go. It's getting dark. I needed to turn some more lights on. That's wonderful. And the other thing is, you never know. You don't have control over how other people will receive what you say. You can only do your best to communicate in the best way possible. So all of us have what I call a pain filter, and I think that's what author Eckhart Tolle calls it, or I don't know if he calls it a pain filter, but something similar. And imagine that there's like a filter in front of you and in front of other people, and that filter has like all the hard things that you've gone through, all of the hurt feelings, past relationships and patterns that have happened. And so when someone says something to you, it goes through that filter and sometimes it gets distorted. So the pain filter happens with you too, not just with other people, but just know that you could communicate from the most loving place, but if someone has a really activated pain filter, that pain body is what Eckhart Tolle calls it, but I think of it as a filter. Like your words will go through that filter, and sometimes they get distorted, so they might not hear, like what you say and what they hear might be two different things because of that filter. So the only thing you can do is be in high integrity with what you say, speaking the truth, speaking in integrity, and speaking diplomatically, but how they receive it is up to them. So thank you for bringing that to the top of my mind, Anne. I know that's probably not what you're thinking of, but it made me think of that. Carol says, I ask myself if it would do anyone any good to speak up. Like if I don't agree with someone and I know they aren't going to change their mind, I would rather just leave the conversation. Yes. Let me get a quick drink. I think that is so important, and you bring up a really good point, and it's that everything doesn't have to be communicated. Sometimes it's best to just acknowledge and keep moving on with your life. We have to choose our battles. And then what else does Carol say? My problem might be that I don't like speaking up if I need help. Yeah, that's a tough one. I struggle with that too. I think a lot of us do. Um, okay, so Constance says, you are good, noticing the process and expressing it as it happens rather than leaving people in the dark. That was just what I was thinking I needed to do. I actually did that today, and it was appreciated. It didn't solve anything, but I was a risk for me, but it was a risk for me, and I did it. Awesome. And Corey says, very true, very good ideas. Wonderful. So this was a really good brainstorming session, you guys. So what's one tangible action that you can do today? And I think there were tangible actions that were kind of intertwined in some of your responses. So I'm going to just say at this point, write that down in your notebook, one thing that you're going to do today. So that could be like reaching out to someone to tell them how you feel, or just saying I love you, or saying something uncomfortable. But it can be small, like just wanting to send you a message just to say that I'm thinking about you. Or maybe you want to paint your nails lime green or something, some kind of self-expression or communication, something today, a small little action today. So we're actually going to move on to our guided meditation now, but definitely write those ideas in your notebook. Okay? And we have Anita joining us. That's wonderful. Hello, Anita. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do our guided meditation. This is a very brief guided meditation. As I mentioned, in our 12-month program, our meditations are much longer, and really, they're just amazing. These are what we're doing in this 7-day journey. We're just doing really brief journeys. We're dropping in really fast, doing some work, and then coming out of it. So we do have one more comment though. Constance says, I did my tangible action. Typed poorly though, and made it difficult for you to read. Thank you for interpreting it correctly. You're very welcome. Yeah, you did good. Anne says, I bought shoes with pink flamingos on them. That's awesome. Yeah, so there you go. Expressing yourself in whatever way feels good to you. And that can also, by the way, be like how you decorate your home. I mean, or not. Maybe you're into not decorating your home and just, having piles of stuff or whatever. Maybe like that's your self-expression. For me, I'm a Libra. I'm a very balanced Libra. So, I love harmony, and I love balance, and I love beauty. And so my place, like when you come in, it's definitely very bohemian. You can only see like a little bit of it, but like if you were to walk through my house, you'd be like, oh yeah, this is like boho meets living out in the country. And that's self-expression too. So all of it is. So your throat chakra isn't just about communication. It's about all aspects of self-expression and just how you're putting yourself out there in the world in general. Are you keeping yourself small because you're afraid to make waves, or that people won't be happy with you shining your light? Or do you shine big and you just express yourself and are confident in who you are? Heidi says, I get to check in just in time for meditation. Woohoo! Yes, high five. All right, time for meditation. So you know the deal. Go ahead and get yourself comfortable. I'm going to stretch a little bit. Stretch my neck. So sit up nice and tall and feet flat on the floor. It's summertime, so if you can take your shoes off, take your shoes off. Why not? It's going to help you ground better. If you're sitting on the floor or sitting on your bed, it's okay to be cross-legged. You'll just ground through your root chakra rather than the bottoms of your feet. And now our very magical way of dropping into our work very quickly is through the breath, rather than doing a long drawn out relaxation process, since this is a brief meditation. So we're going to start off with you doing 3 slow, deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. As you do this deep, slow breathing, you feel yourself becoming more and more calm and centered, connected more with your inner wisdom, with your sweet spirit. And you call back any aspects of your energy that you may have leaked throughout the day, calling your spirit back fully into your body so that you are fully embodied, fully integrated, body and spirit. Feeling your energy return to you through your intention. Visualize and intend a grid of protection, a grid of light. Today we're going to make that grid of light blue, the same shade of blue, a beautiful sky blue, the same shade of blue as the throat chakra. Create a grid of protection, a light grid of protection around the boundaries of your aura. And your aura is the energy field that extends a few feet beyond your physical body. This sky blue light grid helps to contain your energy. And it also ensures that the only energies that are allowed in your energy field are those that are aligned with your personal will. Any other energies that are not aligned with your personal will are not a match, so it's impossible for them to enter into your energy field. And so visualize and intend the beautiful sky blue grid of protection, light grid of protection around the boundaries of your aura. And as you visualize it above you, around both sides, front and back, and then also below your feet, from your root chakra, from your feet, send roots down into the ground, down into the earth. Going deeper and deeper and deeper, connecting all the way to the core of the planet, connecting you fully with the vibrant energy of Mother Earth. And as you plug in, you feel that energy, that vitality flowing back into you, bringing your awareness back into your body and bringing your awareness to your throat chakra. That energy center around the area of the throat and the neck. And as we prepare to do some clearing and balancing, we call in our beneficial spirit guides, guardian angels, beneficial ancestors, animal totems, plant teachers, ascended masters that are truly of the light, any that are beneficial for the work that we are doing today. And we call in this team of helpers, knowing that you yourself are powerful and you yourself are activating this shifting and balancing and healing, and that I'm assisting with it as well, and that your spiritual support team is also assisting in a very powerful way. And remember that with any healing session, with any energy balancing session, you are always in charge of your energy at all times. So you can always choose how powerfully or how softly you wish the process to go for you. And we intend that all shifting, balancing, and healing occur with ease and grace. Taking a deep breath all the way down into your root and exhale. And with every deep, fully embodied breath, you feel that breath move through the throat. You feel the throat relaxing more and opening. And with each inhale and exhale, we release any energies that are out of balance with the throat chakra. Any tendencies to overshare, overtalk, or to not share enough, and to not speak our mind. Releasing any of those imbalances. Releasing any fear of speaking up. Releasing any fear of true self-expression. Releasing any fear of living in alignment with your truth. Releasing any habits that may not be for the highest good. Habits like perhaps gossip, sharing things that shouldn't be shared, or keeping secrets that shouldn't be kept, or telling untruths or lies. We simply notice if that's coming up for us. No judgment is necessary. We just simply notice and just breathe into it and exhale and release that. Just sending so much love and compassion to any parts of you that may have felt compelled to do those things in the past. Just sending so much love and compassion to those parts of you. Sending love and compassion to any unexpressed words, to any suppressed anger, to any suppressed grief, or anything else that has been suppressed, that has been left unexpressed or unsaid. We send love and compassion, unconditional love, acceptance to all of those aspects. Taking a deep breath and feeling your throat chakra balancing more and more. You know that from now on it's becoming easier and easier for you to speak your truth in a way that's also integrated with your heart, heart-centered truth. And so take a deep breath and exhale. Repeat after me. I speak my truth. And now this part has two parts. I speak my truth with ease and grace. I speak my truth with ease and grace. And this one has two parts. I speak my truth with love and compassion. I speak my truth with love and compassion. Next, I know what to say and how to say it. I know what to say and how to say it. It is safe for me to speak my truth. It is safe for me to speak my truth. Okay, so now, as you breathe, I want you to visualize and intend this beautiful sky blue energy all around you. It's like you're outside on a beautiful summer day. And through your nose, take a big exhale, big inhale. Excuse me, take a big inhale. Breathing in that color and bringing it into your throat chakra and bringing it into your whole being. And taking deep breaths, inhaling that color, sky blue, into your whole being. And as you exhale, all of the cells in your body become saturated with that color. Inhaling, bringing that color in. Exhale, all of your cells become saturated. And now this time, as you inhale, you bring even more of that sky blue into your auric field, filling up your whole aura. And then exhale and inhale, bringing in even more of that color. Then one more time, inhale. And then exhale, and now your whole aura is just filled with this beautiful, clear sky blue. Your whole body is filled with this sky blue. And now let's take 3 slow, deep breaths as you come out of your meditation. Slowly coming back into awareness of now. Slowly moving your body, slowly opening your eyes. We have a lot of people joining just now, so hi everybody. Of course you'll want to go back and watch the beginning, but I'm so glad that you're here. And at the beginning I announced some really exciting free gifts. I'm just going to recap those and do some quick announcements. So first, some quick announcements. This is day 5 of our 7-day energy tune-up, and so we have 2 more days left. And we are doing this over the weekend, so Saturday and Sunday. And if you're gone on Saturday night, if you're not at home, then definitely watch the replay. I know some of you are going to be out doing fun things. So, or you'll be home in your pajamas relaxing. So definitely join us because tomorrow we're focusing on the intuitive center, the brow chakra, and then on our final day we'll be looking at the crown chakra aspects. So that's what we have left, and we'll of course have freebies and fun stuff on both of those days. So today's freebies, right after we're done with this Facebook Live, I'm going to go onto the Facebook group and post a free meditation that is normally only available for students in my 12-month program. But I'm going to pick one of the energy balancing sessions that I've done with them in the past, and I'm going to give you the private link to that. So it's basically like the guided meditation that we just did, but with a different focus, and it's on steroids. It's like, because it's an audio recording and I'm not on Facebook Live, I'm able to go into a much, much, much deeper meditation, and I'm able to see energies and receive messages, and it's a really, really powerful experience. So I'll be giving you access to one of those that is normally available only to my paid students. So look for that on the Facebook group, and if you're watching on YouTube, I will post the direct link to that in the video description, so look for it there. And then also I'm giving a free 15-minute video intuitive life coaching session or psychic reading, however you want to look at it, to anyone who applies for the 12-month online program. The program on my website, so it's www.psychicprotectionsanctuary.com, and the program is Spiritual Empowerment Academy. It's all online, so no matter where you are in the world, you'll be able to participate. And even if you feel just a little bit of nudge of curiosity, I encourage you to go to my website, psychicprotectionsanctuary.com. Just under the events tab, click on Spiritual Empowerment Academy and read through it, fill out the application. The application doesn't cost anything. Some programs you have to pay $25 or $50 to apply. You don't have to do that for this. And once you submit your application, make sure that you send me a message so I know to look for it. And also just on your honor system, if you totally are not interested at all, don't fill out the application, because I only want people who really feel that nudge. We want it to be a good fit for you and for the rest of the group. So if you feel a nudge, go ahead and follow that nudge. And filling out the application doesn't lock you in or anything like that. It's just following your nudge, and you'll have a whole 15 minutes with me that is just like a paid psychic reading or a paid intuitive guidance reading. So and it's really fun, and even though it's just 15 minutes, it is a really potent time. And those of you who are in my program where we have 15-minute sessions with me, you know that we get a lot done in those 15 minutes. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and do that process, and you get to receive that free gift from me. And I'm mixing it up every day. So today there are no, sad face, there are no free gifts for those of you who join live, but you get the free guided meditation. Everybody gets the free guided meditation. The gifts are different every day. So tomorrow I am certain there's going to be a free gift for those of you who join live, since we didn't do it today. Also, in the homework thread for today, the free gift is I'm going to pick 2 people in the homework thread, 2 people who respond to get a yes or no mini psychic reading with me. And if you have not won anything yet, when you submit your homework, you might want to put a little thing there saying, I haven't won anything yet, because that's going to bump you up. I'm going to give you special dibs on winning if you haven't won anything yet. So we have a few more comments here. Jeff says, that was very calming. And I love the little sunflower and the peace sign. That's awesome. Nick says, I loved it. Thank you. Constance says, thank you for another great day. You're welcome. Anne says, that was great. I vaguely felt my dog letting me know it was walk time. Thanks, Maya. Bye, all. All right. So this has been really fun so far. Thank you for spending your Friday evening with me. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. And Heidi says, thank you. You are welcome. Thank you all. Because anytime we're part of a group energy, whatever your intentions are, whatever my healing intentions are, like that group energy just creates this amazing synergy. That's one of the things that I love about having group programs, is that you could be doing it all on your own and you could definitely make some progress, but there's this like magic that happens when you're part of a group energy. Even if we're all going through different things, there's just something synergistic about coming together in that group energy. So thank you for helping create this wonderful group energy. As always, I'm sending you all my love, and I will see you next time. Same time tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Time. Bye.